Hi, I'm Jeff Burson. I'm a professor of history here in the Department of History at Georgia Southern. And I've been teaching here for, I think, a little bit more than a decade now, since the fall of 2011. My area of specialty is really the French Revolution. I also talk a bit about the Haitian Revolution, and I specialize in the Atlantic Revolutionary era for my teaching. A lot of my research concerns things that are a bit before that, the 18th century Enlightenment in particular, and religious thought during the Enlightenment, mostly focused on France. And I also teach several upper level classes on modern France. And mostly I teach a good deal of world history. History 1112 is what that is for us. There's a lot of things that I like about teaching in this department. For starters, all of my colleagues are really great to work with. We have a pretty easygoing rapport at the office, and I enjoy coming to work for that reason. But the main reason is the students. It's always really enjoyable for me when I get to see a student progress from world history and see how their writing skills and their research skills and just their content knowledge too improves through any upper level classes that I teach. I also very much enjoy working with graduate students, and that's very enjoyable for me as well. I think I got into history initially. I mean, I've always been a little bit of a history buff, and so is my whole family. But I had some really great history teachers actually in high school. And world history was one of the classes that I read the most of and really just found myself fascinated with. It was interesting to see the broader global context to the human experience and not just looking at American history in isolation from the rest of the globe. And so I would say it was probably high school and then just really getting into all of the things you can do with history in college. In a lot of ways it allows you to dabble in and master a whole lot of other liberal arts and even the sciences to a degree depending on what your subject matter is. So you get to be very creative and very eclectic and learn a good deal about who we are and what that means for the present and our future. I think one of the things that I don't get to talk as much about as I would really like is sometimes the area that I spend the most time thinking about, which is the history of the Enlightenment and the Catholic Enlightenment in particular. I talk about the Enlightenment in all of my courses that deal in some ways with the revolutions in America and France and Haiti and so forth, particularly in France. But it's rare that I get to teach a whole class on just the Enlightenment, although I do enjoy that when I actually get to do that. It's a great deal of fun.